Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Toonkind at 12 frames per second. My name is DeeDee Flowers, otherwise known as DeeDee, and I am joined today by the wonderful, lovely, and talented and amazing. That's your cue.
Well, gosh, I don't know who our guest star is, but hi, I'm Authenticity. Today I'll be playing TikTok Chicken.
It's you. Yes, and I probably should have mentioned I am playing Phileap, Poisson Dart, otherwise known as Phileap, also known as Frog Dad. And yeah, so it's been a little while since Phileap and TOC have probably talked, huh?
Yeah.
It's yeah.
I will say TOC has been a little bit busy. Quite a lot of the young people that they've sort of grown attached to over the last few months have sort of been revealed to be in one sort of danger or the other. So they're kind of looking forward to seeing Phileap and his little ones, because, they aren't without their problems, but they're also not being hunted by gods or whatever. They're just... Oh, sorry?
No, I just made a sound. What were you going to say?
Well, they're just, they're sort of like, thank God, some of my low-maintenance family members.
Yeah. Anyways, so TOC probably I think what happens is TOC gets a letter from Phileap, because TOC canonically writes to his loved ones, and I assume that they write back. And TOC, you receive a letter from Phileap. It is damp, as most of his letters typically are, because frog and baby tadpoles. And what do you want to do with that letter? You want to open it up? Check it out?
Yeah. I think they keep a chopstick in their desk instead of the letter opener, so that it doesn't drag on the wet paper as much. It's just easier to open.
That's really sweet, and also a very good idea. Yeah, so TOC opens up this letter, and it is in Phileap's familiar kind of hurried hand, because he's got a bit of he's always kind of in a rush because 5 kids. And summed up, it's basically like, hey, I know this is kind of last minute, but can you babysit? I mean, tonight, please. I understand if you can't, but so I need to see my friends, and I can't reschedule.
I think
that's kind of all it says.
Oh boy. Yeah, I mean, they did talk to Turpin, who let them know that Mac got in touch. So I think they're just like, oh, okay. So Mac took their advice and is reconnecting with their friends, and they're finally starting to mend some bridges. That's wonderful to hear. It's the sort of news that their night has been made. It's just okay. A problem is being solved. People are gonna be okay. So yeah, they write an equally hurried, yes, of course, I will be arriving imminently. And they get some things together, and stick them in their hammer space, and they set out.
Yeah, and I can't. You've probably visited Phileap before, and you know where his apartment is at. So I'll say that you make it. I would say you make their window rush, and you want to try knocking on the door, and
yeah, they start to knock with their wing and look, and this is soft feathers. So instead, they with their beak.
Yeah, you hear the slapping sounds of Phileap walking, kind of rushing to the door, and you see him. He opens up the door. He's got and he just looks at you, and he just sighs relief, oh, thank goodness, I was worried you wouldn't be able to come. Thank you so much. Come in. He kind of just rushes you in, like gently pushes you in towards the kids. Thank you again for doing this last minute. I really appreciate it. And it's I normally wouldn't do this. I normally would give you more time ahead, but a lot's happened.
I'm sure. Take deep breaths, Phileap. It's not an emergency. I am delighted to babysit for you, really.
Do you want to roll an insight?
Sure. Let's see. How do I use every... Oh, that's right. Roll D20. Yes, I remembered how. Okay, that's a 21.
Okay, yeah. So he's typically nervous. He's typically anxious. He's sweating a lot more than usual.
Okay. I think they'll take a longer look at his face and decide. Are you okay?
Oh, me? Yeah, me? I am fine. I'm fine. I'm absolutely fine. I know that sounded kind of fake, but I am. I am fine. I just it's he kind of rubs the back of his head. Like, the talk with Mac didn't go as I can't get into it. He looks at his watch like, I can't get into it too much, but I met with some of my old coworkers, and it was really good to see them, but it didn't go as well. Like, didn't go the way I thought it was going to go. And I'm still glad I got to see them, and still glad I get to.
Okay?
I think so. Yes. Well, Mac is stressed, I think. So we're gonna hang out and do something, little bonding activity.
Okay.
Try to get the whole team back together.
That
And
sounds like...
it's been a while, all right.
I mean, that sounds like a very sensible option. I mean, may I gently suggest something low stress? Maybe, I don't know, a game of bridge, something low stakes. So it's...
Yeah, this practice. What were we gonna say?
I mean, they're sort of like... They're getting the same should not pry vibes that they got from Mac. But they're also just sort of like, okay, I mean, they know family shit to an extent, so they have a little bit of insight to give here. I apologize for my cat, by the way.
Oh, it's okay.
But they're just sort of like, should they be worried? It feels like they should be worried.
This frog is sweating more, but he's also like very much like kind of gently like corralling you towards the very excited guppies who are happy to see you, and is like kind of going like, okay, it was great to talk to you, but I'll get back to you like as soon as I can. I don't know how late this is gonna run, but yeah, I have a list of the schedule. They've already they've already eaten dinner. Just make sure they get the story time, and they get to bed by like 8 tonight. Anyways, say goodbye, and he's out the door. If you want to like intercept him or anything, you can, but he's going to try and get out of there as quickly as possible.
No, they sort of recognize that Phileap intensity. The last time they saw it was actually when they thought that his niece was in danger. Hopefully it's not that sort of that bad. It can't be that bad, right? But I think that they will sort of put Phileap out of their mind for now, because that's not why they're here. They're here to see their grandchildren. And they turn to the guppies with a warm little smile on their beak.
The guppies are very happy to see you. Sally, in particular, because she is your favorite. You're her favorite. She is just very, very happy tail wiggles. And I think you guys have a very chill, wholesome night. TOC does story time. TOC does plays a couple of little games with them, probably something like bobbing for apples, but with little. Actually, you know what? They probably play with have you ever had you ever played sinkies where you go to a pool and then you drop little heavy toys down in the water and swim to try and get them from the bottom? I imagine that's what the kids do.
Yeah, they have sort of a limited swimming ability because chickens, while they can swim, do sink pretty darn quick. But they'll stay in the shallows and sort of yeah. Actually, you know what they do? They organize a tiny little self-defense class. Because
oh my gosh.
It's never too early to start teaching how to defend yourself and your personhood. Sort of moves are limited as their students are encased in little water balls, but sort of center of gravity, how to do a block, how to no screaming, stop it, don't do it, come on.
The cat must say the voiceover.
God.
They must tell you the song of their people.
God. Sorry, that got me. But
okay.
yeah, just they sort of encourage each child to their strengths. Just sort of if one's very angry and likes to bite, that can be used for evil. If one's very quick, utilize that and keep moving. If one, thinks is in sort of an artistic way, then be creative.
And it's also really funny because they don't have hands or feet.
I mean,
they're just little Pac-Men with tails.
I mean, TFC also doesn't have hands, they have wings. Just
fair.
They're just these are adorable little chicks, and they will keep them safe, and they will enable them to keep themselves safe.
I love that. So yeah, you guys have. What were you gonna say?
Well, I was just going to make the comment that there's that's how they get the yayas out and keep the folks from doing mischief. It's hard to, please don't step on my freaking keyboard. It's hard to get into places you shouldn't when you're tired out from sparring in a controlled, productive way.
Yeah. And it's also very good because those kids had ice cream, and so they had a little bit of a sugar rush. So that was
wonderful.
The perfect way to burn off that excess energy and hyperactivity.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you are knocking things over. You are disrupting everything. My God. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I don't mean to just be the entire time, but also,
It's okay. The cat wants to participate. The cat must participate. Listen, it's fine.
I'm so sorry. You were trying to speak.
No, it's okay. The cat wants to participate as well. But I think you guys have a very nice night. A very a very, very chill night. And we don't really there wasn't really a timeline for the game that happened previously, but let's say, actually, you know what? I'm just gonna roll for it like a D10, and just to see like how late it is. Like he was like you were probably expecting him back by 10, and let's see like I roll a.
I mean, he did
Let's
say.
roll a D. Let's say a D12. Like see like.
Yeah.
Oh, did I not do that? Oh, that's right. I'm a fool. I forgot that's not how like different.
Yeah, it's exclamation mark roll and then what you want.
Ah.
And I will say that you did mention, or Phileap mentioned that he didn't know when he'd come back. It would probably be late, maybe not, but so like I think they're just going to be like, okay, I won't panic until dawn.
Yeah. Let's say that he gets back by like probably 10, which is not as late, like probably not as late as you were, like not as early as you were expecting, but you hear like the jingling of the key, like of the key on the lock. The kids are like sound asleep, and Phileap walks in.
Mm.
He kind of just, well, more accurately, he kind of limps in. He looks very tired.
Yeah, they were probably in the nursery and they came out to greet him and they just stop and rush over. Like, holy shit, did you get into a fight?
What makes you say that?
Hilarious. It's come down here so I can roll a medicine check.
Okay. He doesn't even fight. He just kind of noodles down. He goes noodle and just kind of collapse, like falls to his knees. So he's like closer to TOC.
They fucking hate that. They hate when there's not a lot of fighting people. That's an 8. Like it's yup. They're just they are focusing on not panicking, but as a result they're not being very productive. Like they're just like, okay.
Do you want to roll?
Say again?
I was gonna say, do you want to roll it in? I was gonna say, do you want to roll it insight? See like what he looks like exactly? Because he doesn't look good. But you want any more specifics?
Sure. Oh goodness, I'm really sorry.
It's okay.
12.
Yeah, 12 is enough to notice that there is a visible, like, torn hole in his suit jacket, and it almost looks like someone had taken a knife to it. And there's, like, definitely, like, bandages under there. But yeah, someone tried to stab this frog.
Yeah, they're just, who did this? Where are they?
Don't worry, they've been punished enough, and we sort of deserved it. We did. It's a long story, and I shouldn't even be. I don't want to get you in trouble. This.
Get me in trouble. I don't think you grasp just how bad you look right now. It's fuck in trouble. Tell me how I can help.
He I'm just gonna roll a with save real quick.
Actually, I have one more thing.
Oh,
I think they pause and they draw back a little bit and they go, is Mac and Turpin and the rest okay?
Mac.
Were they there too?
Oh, dang it! Did I not? Oh, right. It's exclamation point roll.
Like it's. Mm.
Yeah, he's visibly tearing up, and he's like, "We're alive, but oh, this is a mess." And he just kind of, I think he definitely starts sobbing a bit.
Yeah, they pull him into a big fluffy hug, but he can probably feel the tension in them. They are vibrating. They're terrified
Oh,
by this.
yeah, he's gonna just kind of scoop them up, and just kind of wait for the tears to subside because it's been a day, it's been a night. He needs to like before he can say anything else, he needs to process this.
Yeah, it's
Too many emotions.
God. That's I hold him so soft.
Oh, I hold this chicken so soft. Phileap literally holds this chicken so soft.
Eh, God,
But yeah,
man.
eventually, I would say eventually the tears subside, and it's like we I did something bad.
Okay.
I sort of um we sort of broke into a ship, and we almost kidnapped a kid.
I'm gonna
I mean, in
roll.
my defense,
What do you think it? Because they do know Jackie, and they know Mac knows Jackie, and they know Mac was coworkers with Jackie, and they know Philippe was coworkers with Mac. What do you think they'd have to roll to put two and two together that they kidnapped Jackie?
I mean, probably. Oh, it like
Int?
Babel says int. Yeah, straight up
Oh,
int. Yeah, that sounds good. I mean, Philippe will probably tell them anyway. He's just getting started, but
yeah, that's an 8. They're still
oh,
listening.
okay, yeah. So yeah, like kidnapping a child probably gives them pause, and it's like I that's not what we thought we were doing, but oh god, this is a mess. I I need tea. He's I can't do this without tea. He kind of he stands up still like if TOC allows it, he's gonna keep holding TOC. Just kind of hold him like a cat in his arms while he makes tea.
Yeah, it is not the first time that they've been emotional support animal.
Excellent. So yeah, he's like moving around in the kitchen, and he's still gonna talk because this frog is a babbler, and he's like, listen, you I went to go meet one of my old coworkers. I went to go meet Matt, and they said that uh, one of our other coworkers had been kidnapped, and that they were sick, and I freaked out. I didn't question it. I mean, I did question it, but I didn't bother to check. I didn't bother to look, and I I broke into a ship. I committed a crime. I committed a crime. Oh my god, I committed a crime. And he has a mini crisis about that.
Mm.
And but when we got on there, the person we were trying to save them from, it was their mom. And God, this is a mess. So
Yeah,
yeah, I don't know if like TOC can get parse any of that information, but he is just going to keep babbling.
yeah. Just whenever they have a sec, which isn't often, they're just like, it's okay, you're all right, it's all right. Do you want to go check in and see your kids?
I think I might start crying again if I did that.
Crying's allowed.
Okay.
Crying is okay.
Yeah. Oh God. He. I think he does, and he does go in to check the guppies, and they're just sleeping soundly, and he does start crying.
Mm.
He definitely does.
Yeah, they keep hold of them.
Yeah.
Like,
Uh. you want to roll another insight on Phileap?
Yeah, actually, I invite you to roll an insight as well.
Oh boy.
That's a 21.
Okay. Yeah, let me roll an. Let me also roll an insight. Oh, not as well, but he's stressed.
Mm.
But yeah, you can definitely tell like he's just like emotionally worn out. He was stabbed in the chest. He's like very freaked out. He's definitely feels guilty, but he's also angry. There's like an undercurrent of anger in there and like frustration, and he doesn't. And there's also, I think, with because it's like it's a high like over 20. He's like there's definitely like mixed emotions. Like he doesn't like that he's angry. He doesn't like that he feels this way, but he's stuck feeling this way. So it's overall just a bad cocktail of like horrible emotions, like that he does not enjoy.
Mm.
And just and it's like it's almost worse seeing the kids like because it's like his kids are safe and now there is a kid that is not safe and it's his fault.
Mm.
But yeah, what what were you gonna say?
Well, I'll say in turn, to you with a 15, Phileap can definitely feel that TOC's eyes are on him. Like he's their information right now. And they are kind of slipping into crisis mode. But
Oh boy.
baby, no, you eaten. You are such a little liar, criminal.
Um,
Don't you do your little
Cat.
whiskers at me. Anyways, sorry, intense moment. But as like they're also angry and scared, not to the same extent, but like something's coming. They don't know what. They just know that it's a danger and it got to one of their people and they fucking hate that. But and I with a 15, it he maybe gets a glimpse of this next emotion, but as they look at Phileap and they pick up on that undercurrent of anger, they there's a flicker of maybe pride, like just. And I think that the way that comes out is they sign hold on to your anger. That is drive. That will help keep your loved ones safe. Don't let it rule you, but use that.
Uh, he kind of because that was like a 21. I'm gonna say that like he kind of looks away at that and he mumbles like it's not. I'm sort of maybe it's like what do you do if it's your loved ones that you're mad at?
Well, you build a bridge and you get over it, unfortunately, especially in times of crisis. I assume someone fucked up, and that's why you're in this situation.
We all fucked up,
Mm.
but this wouldn't. Do you know Mac?
I know him very well. We talked about him the last time you and I saw each other face to face.
You he he told me like he's the one that told me that our coworker our friend that they were kidnapped and And I believed him because I trust Mac. I've always trusted Mac. He's reliable. He's my friend. I would have no reason not to trust him, but he lied. He didn't lie. He just didn't tell us the truth. It's almost worse. He hid the truth from us, and he got his information from Mar, our old horrible boss, and he knew we didn't trust him for good. We don't trust. I don't trust Mar for good reason. She's awful, and he knew that we wouldn't believe him if he knew we wouldn't like go along. We knew he can't even form the sentence. He's so angry.
I'm just gonna roll a very quick. Actually, let me double check. I've got this right. Yep, that's good old charisma roll. Oh, please let me see that, Discord.
It's a 6.
It's a 6. All right. You see their face visibly darken. And because that was a fucking 6 for deception, you can tell that they're not necessarily like, oh, for God's fucking sakes.
Atomic.
I can't believe TFC's dead.
Oh no.
Just the timing. The fucking timing.
I know. I was like, uh-oh.
I'm so sorry. What was the last word that you heard?
TOC like face darkens and they just kind of like, and then you cut off. So
well, with it's a 6 in deception. I don't think they like they're sort of doing their own little face journey along the same lines of, oh, the snake was duped. Oh boy. And also it's fucking Mar. It's Mar, and they warned him away from her. Like, just, oh boy. Like, and you can probably tell that, like, a little bit of that is self-directed for not pressing him more on not being able to trust her. Like, just, they're a prey animal. They get feelings, and they should have listened to it, but they didn't. Oh boy. But when they look up at Phileap, they're just like, okay. Sounds like Mac's in danger too.
yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't think so long as he doesn't go back to Mar, I think he'll be okay so long as he stays away from Mar, but then again, I don't know what Mar is capable of. Like,
Save being mad at him for later.
I shouldn't be mad at him, though. I know what Mar is smart and very good at what she does. And what she does is she's a manipulative peckneck. She's very good at gaslighting and threatening and making it seem like she's the only person you can rely on. And
no,
I shouldn't be mad at him.
I think they scratch a foot on the floor, frustrated because they're gonna go, no, it's okay to be angry, Phileap. I know you hate it, but it's part of this. Mac fucked up. He just did. And I think you're already on your way to forgiving him, and that's how it should be. And I think you know it's not his fault. And you're right. But you have a right to be angry. Don't deny yourself of that. Just don't let it get in the way of the important shit.
You're right. You're right. I just, I, I was in Mac's place when I was younger. I get it. I get how easy it is to to find yourself in that situation.
Mm.
I guess I'm angry at him, but I'm also angry that I didn't see the signs and get him Mac out of there quicker.
Well, stop that. There is one person who did this to you. There is one person who
Yeah.
deserves your rage. And directing it elsewhere is only going to dispel it.
Yeah, you're right. I think if TOC allows it, he's going to kind of sigh and sort of just plop his head on top of TOC's head.
Yeah, this is allowed.
This is allowed because, like, I can't believe how well you're taking this.
Oh no, I am
I just
1 second away from hunting this woman down. I'm going to give her liver to Mac as an animus present, and you might get her spleen.
That's surprisingly violent, but I can't say I disagree.
I am built for this. I am built to fight, and I am built to be between my loved ones and danger. Well,
He just kind of stares at TOC. Like, I think he knew TOC was intense, but oh boy. Oh boy.
Yeah, they just sort of like, they tap away across the carpet and just sort of like, well, anyways, the kids, had a lovely time. We watched a movie. We did some self-defense. One of them has surprisingly sharp teeth. We did Sinkies. Let's see, what else? Like, just sort of the standard babysitter, like, your kids did not suffocate on small objects. And like they're actually, hang on. They pull out their they do a little magician's flourish in the air, and they pull their pitchfork and a whetstone out of their hammer space, and they start sharpening one of the points as they're signing. Like, they have sort of a one-handed style that allows them to do this, which might remind you of a certain penguin.
Yeah, and it actually I'm gonna should Phileap roll it inside? Like,
Sure.
actually no, like, yeah. I'm gonna have him like say this, but like let's see if he puts it together as he says it. Oh, probably not. He's like, oh, it's funny. Jackie used to do that too. God, I might never see them again. If we can't find them,
I think they look up with a warm smile at the first. Oh, sorry, you're not done.
No, that was just me making mouth noises. Filler words. Go ahead.
Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. Listen, I've been interrupting you all night. It's good.
You have been good. Do not worry. But they TUC sort of looks up with a warm smile because, yeah, Mac mentioned that he knew Jackie. Jackie is one of their favorite people. Jackie is the one who taught them how to sign. But as he continues talking, that warm smile fades, and they just have this sort of cold little look of horror. Like their wings slow with the whetstone, and they are very still.
TOC? Well, what's wrong?
Was Jackie Atracilla the child tonight?
His breath kind of hitches, and he nods like he did. Like, oh god, he's like the pieces are coming together, and he doesn't like it.
There is a snap, and they look down at the whetstone, which is now cracked cleanly in two.
Oh boy. He's like, I didn't realize you knew. Otherwise I would have told you right away. Jackie was the one we sort of tried to rescue, but it's we like obviously, like, she did, they didn't need to be rescued, but then, oh god, I didn't tell you about what happened. You're gonna want to sit down. I need to tell you there's more. There's more, because we went to go, we went to go rescue Jackie, but we ended up coming across Jackie's mother, and through our fight, we found out that was Jackie's mother, and we ended up like sort of calling a timeout, but we were used. Someone else had broken into the ship and tried to take Jackie away. They escaped, but some dog built like a brick wall, and a weird grumpy penguin. They tried to hurt them. They did actually hurt us, but Jackie escaped, but they're in the ocean, and they looked so sick, and now they're out there all alone.
While you've been speaking, they have very calmly put away the two halves of their whetstone, and actually, I'm going to roll for this. Okay, a 21. So they don't, they curl a wing very tightly around the handle of their pitchfork, but they do not send it flying into the wall. They go, Jackie was one of the first people I met when I became a person. Very good child. They helped shape who I am. And because they did so with kindness, I am the better for it. And they are sick. And they are hunted. And they are alone.
Yes, they are.
Tell me where to find Mar.
Oh, absolutely not. No. Listen, listen. I for one would love to see you dismember Mar with your pitchfork, but I don't know where. Personally, like, I don't want anyone near Mar. There is something about her that is way too dangerous, and besides, we still don't know where Jackie is. That has to be our priority. I need to find them, and I need to keep Max safe.
They were visibly getting angrier and angrier as you are talking about why you're not giving them what they need. Like, they can't do. Actually, roll an insight check.
Oh, absolutely. All about that insights. Oh, 18.
18. Okay, so Philippe probably gets this, that they are getting angrier and angrier, and they're like the sort of wild feral anger that comes of fear, because they can't do ocean shit. They can't look for their this little penguin, but they can throw themselves against a threat until they break. And maybe if they break, they can give whoever comes in after them a chance to get a real shot in. But the moment you say that you need to keep Max safe, can see them visibly remember that they have more than one person that they are trying to live for. And they deflate and they look very old.
I think Philippe just kind of he looks at TOC as they go through the space journey, and as he visibly relaxes, he just kind of he sighs and gentle head touch again. He's like, "I'm sorry, but Mar is. I can't lose you too. You've got people who you probably already know this, but you got a lot of people who need you alive, and don't. I want to get back at Mar too, believe me, but we can't right now. You don't take on. You can't. I've had experience dealing with taking on big threats, and as a very squishy wizard, I learned the hard way. You have to be clever about this sort of thing. Build up your strengths. Take it on one bit at a time. That's how you take down a monster.
I'm not built for clever. I am built to fight and fight and fight until I break, and then fight a little bit more. And once
You're also built. Oh, go ahead.
But they've sort of had their head lowered as they sign this, but they look up, and something in their expression has broken. Something is a little bit more open when they sign. And when we are ready, that is exactly what I will do, but not before.
Good. He's visibly relieved at this. Like he was. You could tell he was very scared you were actually going to go after Mar, because, oh God, no.
I mean,
Like, at the very moment.
no, I mean, player to player, I can tell you that, like, Phileap is the reason they haven't.
Oh, that's very good.
It's extremely
But
good
yeah.
because a lot of people would be mad at me if I killed TOC.
Yeah, myself included. But yeah, player to player, player to player, Philippe has some like kind of has a feeling every time he like goes near Mara's office, like he knows like there is something not right with that ferret. Besides being an emotionally manipulative technique, there is something off and something dangerous, and we should not go down. We should not deal with that right now. No, sir. Like,
prey animal instincts.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think that they rise and they go and they stand in the doorway to the nursery, just sort of looking in, sort of taking the same comfort that he did a moment ago.
And the little ones are definitely just snoozing happily, Like one of them's like got one of them is definitely like doing little defensive kicks in their sleep, like they're beating up bad guys in their dreams. One of them is teething on their little toy. And they're just very sweet.
They just watch for a while and they think of Mac, they think of Turpin, they think of Jackie. But they also think of Marigold and Seeker and Nebula and all the people on land completely separate from this that would be alone. And I like to think that, like, roughly adjacent to this is that the point in time when Triniton goes missing in the events leading up to Case of Missing Television. So, like...
Oh, boy.
Yeah, two people that they love, two people from the fucking cruise, who
Oh,
all
God.
of which are particularly close to their heart, are actively missing.
Oh, TOC. God. All the lore is happening all at once to this poor chicken.
Yep. God damn it, Magic.
Yeah. Unfortunately, like, Phileap does not have that context. He just knows that, like, he's just happy that, like, TOC is not going to go into, like, Leroy Jenkinsing towards the very evil ferret, and his kids are safe.
God. Yeah.
Yeah, isn't it fun when you don't have any context? Like, when the player, you have all the context, but the characters do not.
Yep, and TUC still doesn't know just how bad it was. Like, it's... Like, Phileap has not mentioned they got a couple of 0 hit points.
Yeah, I think he's going to, I think he will mention, like, I think he might have mentions, like, throughout the night that, like, oh yeah, like, you should see the other people, like, yeah, like, he might have offhandedly mentioned that, like, yeah, he came out the better for, like, came out the best out of all of them, which is probably not a good thing considering what he looks like.
Jesus. They just, like, steeple their feathers, like, if you're trying to be comforting, I'm going to have to ask you to stop talking.
Right, sorry. We're all alive. We just...
The fact that... Sorry.
Go ahead.
The fact that that was your version of... Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
No, I didn't. That was me this time. Go ahead.
But, like...
I think Phileap is taking over my brain.
Gosh. They will sign, the fact that that is your version of a bright side this evening is... Oh boy. That's not... Phileap, I don't know how to tell you that's not comforting.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
Man.
It's been a night.
That is an accurate
statement. Thank you. Listen, thank you for... I know this is probably small in comparison, but thank you for watching the kids. With everything else going on tonight, at least it did me a world of good knowing at least my kids were safe. I mean, I think you probably are the safest place. You're probably the safest person who could ever. And he kind of trails off. He's got a kind of thoughtful look in his face, like, actually, you are the safest person I know.
Your group has put an awful lot of trust in me recently, okay?
No, I mean, like, obviously you do dangerous things all the time, but you survive. You protect your people.
They're sort of raised eyebrows, like, they guess. They don't do that much dangerous shit.
Listen, you just like the player, and like looking back to 20 minutes later, where when TOC threatened to like cut out Mars liver and give it to Mac as an animus present.
Oh, to be sure, they're fucking grimdark, but like TOC is just like, well, I'm just sort of living my life. You want to hear about my garden?
God, I love this chicken. But Philippe has kind of got like a very, he has a kind of a little light bulb appears above his head. Is like, okay, listen, I know this might be a big ask, but I I don't like we still have to find Jackie and that stupid brick wall of a dog and that awful penguin with the cane and that I blew up their boat, which is very nice, but that's beside the point. I'm gonna have to go leave again, and I cannot bring the kids with me. It's could you watch them again? I take them with you. Like I know this is a big ask, but I can't think of anywhere safer than they would be with you. And they need to be safe. If we're going to try and rescue Jackie and get them back, I can't do this if I don't know if my kids are safe.
God, the fucking face journey this chicken is on. Like, there's honest shock that you are entrusting your babies to them, and there is this sort of raw gentleness when you see that they are the safest place, and there is this they are, if they take this on, they are, at least for now, they are permanently on the sidelines for this. At least for now, if they take on this duty, they won't be able not to take it seriously, and they are condemning themselves to not being on the front lines and not keeping the rest of them safe. But they also know that this is not a frivolous ask. They know how deeply Phileap cares for these kids. And they go, on, I swear on the memory of my own child, I will keep them safe.
God, TOC!
I'm sorry this chicken's so extra.
It's so good. No, don't be sorry. That's so good. I love this chicken. Well, Philippe like visibly relaxes. It's like, thank you. I know this is a lot to ask, especially like on such short notice, but thank you so much. Thank you. This frog is just gonna keep thanking you. Like,
Yeah, I think they like, they probably like pull him into a slightly rough hug, just sort of like, all right, all right, all right.
yeah, you're scooped up in this frog's long noodly arms, and you're just hugged.
Yeah. But then there's just a moment where they just like two extremely stressed parent type people, and they eventually pull back and they go, promise me you give him hell.
Oh, absolutely. Without a doubt.
And promise
learned
me.
I learned magic missile for this.
TUC just kind of looks like, alright. Great job, champ. Like, they were hoping for maybe some sort of, like, cutting apparatus or, like, a smashing sort of tool, but, like, oh, if you can shoot magic, that's also great. And if you have one defensive spell, like one total, that's fine.
Listen, magic missile is so good, but he's very proud of himself for learning that. But
God, I love this frog so goddamn much.
He's a squishy wizard.
Alright, hang on. My cat has stepped on my keyboard and apparently fucked 1,000 things up. I'll deal with that later.
Cat!
Don't give me that look. Anyways, God, I don't know even what. No!
I heard that one. Cat!
Little evil baby. Full of love and crimes. Alright, you want to be held here. But yeah, they just. I think that they're sort of going to soberly help Phileap get ready to go to fucking war. And they get ready to transfer the kids in the morning.
Yep. That's basically what happens. And yeah, it basically becomes like in the morning, like, you know, he has like gotten like all of his stuff packed and he's like getting ready to like head out back to the ship. And he's like basically telling the kids that they're going on a fun little vacation with their chicken grandma. And it's going to be so much fun and you're going to be great. And Dad's just crying because he's going to miss you guys so much, but it's going to be just fine. And you guys are going to have such a good time. And he loves you all so much. And he's just babbling and trying not to worry the kids.
Yeah, TUC is he's trying to keep Phileap from crying, trying to keep the kids from crying, trying to keep people from crying. There's so much crying.
The kids are actually, like, in comparison, pretty cheerful because vacation! Grandma chicken spoils them! This is going to be great!
Oh boy. God. And I think maybe our last shot is Phileap heading out the door and we see for a second TUC sort of morosely silhouetted there, but then all the little water balls like circle around them and start, you know, making little toddler actions at them, and they soften and look down.
And yeah, I think that's a good place to end it. It's so cute.
God. Thanks for listening, folks.
Yeah, thanks everybody. Thank you for coming on this journey with us.
God. Thank you, DeeDee. This was delightful.
Yeah, thank you, Arthur.
God.